You know, our women love to say they're the most educated group, right?
Right.
Which is a fact. They go to school, they get them degrees. They don't care, though, that the men don't value that. Because they were raised, like you see Angel Reese was raised. My mom taught me how to cut the grass. My mom taught me this because she didn't.
Insane.
Her dad wasn't
Insane.
there. So her mom, out of trauma, that is a trauma response that you learn that. But you internalize it as independence and I don't need a man. That's why, I mean, it's such a conversation for us as black folks. But our women grow up in a system that also is trying to make the black men in your life your enemy. The system you grow up in of the United States of America criminalizes and demonizes
Black men.
your men.
Yeah.
It's not a coincidence that everybody is growing up teaching their kids, whatever. Even when you talk about black dads not being in the home, you can't even have that conversation without going back to
The system.
the Reagan era and what happened. Because that was not us. But we're so deep into this thing now that the babies of the babies are now the Angel Reese. Where you grow up and say,
I don't need a man at all because I got
man.
dough.
And it makes perfect sense to them because they think, why do I need him if he has money? When you as a man say, you need a man to lead and this and that, they hear that and go, fuck that. And this is my point. Yo, it's the MalloryBros Podcast checking in. Happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday, man. You know what time it is. You see the balloons, man. You see that red, man. You see that yellow, you see that black and that white, man. This is the 301 episode. Yes, sir. 301. Yes, big shout out to what it is. Big shout out to the Washington metropolitan area. Specifically, this is the Maryland episode, man. This is dedicated to Prince George's County, Montgomery County, Laurel, Bowie, Gaithersburg, Rockville, its services. Even some of the southern parts of Washington, D.C. Yeah. And it's overlaid. Big shout out to everybody that got a 240 number as well. Come on, man. Come on. We did 240 a minute ago. Big shout out to my sister Candace for getting the Maryland balloon. She pulled up today, got out the car, and I was like, who birthday? Oh, she was like, Maryland colors. I was like, man, you the GOAT. She the GOAT, man. She the GOAT for that. Big shout out to her. 2 episodes in a row we got balloons. And I love that we did this because it's kind of personal. You know, it's very personal. When you look back at it, you'll be like, you know. But happy Tuesday. Hope everybody had a dope weekend. Allergies are back. We're going to talk about how we've been dealing with some stuff this past week. It's crazy. We just get on this joint the last couple weeks and been dealing with the ups and downs and shit. But, man, we got our life. We got breath in our lungs. If you listen to this, then you made it to another day. You got your AirPods in. You at work. You on your way to work. You off work. Are you rocking? That's what I'm saying, man. Shout out to everybody that's tapped in another Tuesday. You know what my favorite thing used to be, T? What? When a new episode of some shit you watch come out and you got a bowl of and I know it's going to sound like some super fast shit. You got a bowl of Chipotle, a pizza, something where you just sit down and hit, woo! Man, these motherfuckers about to piss me off, but I got a good meal. I was asking Chipotle right now. I don't even know what I'm about to go home and eat. Anyway, what I will say is happy Tuesday to everybody that's checking in, man. Just to start the weekend recap, your boy caught a sinus infection. You could probably hear it. You could probably see it, too, and if you look at my face. My God, I don't know what's going on. I would say if I'm keeping it a hundo, I probably had my worst 2026 weekend this past weekend. Man. Just feeling like shit. Fatigue, I had a splitting headache with it. Still kind of got a little bit of a remnants of a headache. And it's been a rough week. I ain't gonna lie, it's been a rough weekend. I hate that people be like, oh, you see somebody said, it was funny actually. Somebody was like, the Mallory Bros be getting sicknesses when they first drop. I feel like, first of all, no, I was never I came out of working retail, and that you gonna get sick.
Terrell, you got us all
now
hip
we
to
got
your
kids. Shit. Now we got kids. I feel like Everybody with a kid know. And they not even in school yet, T. Y'all ain't even seen the worst of us getting sick yet. When these motherfuckers start going to school and bringing them kid germs back.
Oh, my God, yes. I'm not ready for that. But it was definitely a very festive weekend. A lot of stuff going on. A lot of things essentially popping off on the TL. And in the position that I was in, I was very stationary for the whole time, y'all. Want to give a big shout out to my fiance, A-Train, Miss Anjoli, my bride. My bride. Held me down again, man. Been holding me down with the B while I've been dealing with this sinus thing. And when you sick and you a parent, that is the toughest shit ever, y'all. I was going to say this. When you have a kid, you will then realize, damn, this shit worse. You know what I mean? Sonny's coming up and she's in her up with dada, up with dada. I want up with dada. I want to swing with dada. Yeah. It's like, I can't. Like I could.
Nah, yeah.
But I can't because at a certain point, y'all, I had to go to the ER. Thought I had strep throat at one point. Went to the ER. I was about to fight them Africans in there. I don't care. I'm not picking on Africans, but there was 3 African security guards. When I walk in, they all walk up on me like this. I was like, what's up? They was like, check in or visit. Check in. Right there. I don't know why that process was like that. I don't know why.
What the fuck? What's the
It was like 10:50. When I walked up, I'm walking up. I can see niggas getting out their chair. I'm like, are they about to pat me down or some shit? And y'all, I ain't gonna lie. When I'm sick, I'm not a nice guy to strangers. But
strangers shouldn't have to suffer because you're sick. You should be a nice person all the time to people. And when people are not nice to you, that don't mean...
I'm always nice, but my thing is like, it's going to be like, yo, let me get a number one. Bet. I'm not how you doing today? Not when I'm sick,
you know what's crazy? That's how I am. I be trying to fight through it to keep the... And you know what? You do feel worse when motherfuckers is assholes and you was trying to not be an asshole.
Yes.
I'm with you.
But yeah, not trying to bleed it. Just want y'all to know, like, if I sound sick or if I look low, it's because your boy has been getting his ass beat. I will start by saying, though. Oh, no, I ain't going to start by saying that. I'm going to let Terrell give his weekend recap.
Man, it's actually crazy to hear Terrance's voice. I spent a large part of this weekend listening to old MalloryBros Podcast episodes. I feel like I've heard Terrance's voice more than I should have.
Yeah.
Why do I need fucking headphones?
I'm about to ask him if you want to leave the headphones on.
I wanted y'all to see the turp, man. The turp, man.
I'm about to see both got the MD hats on. You ever the national hats for Maryland.
But I will say, I spent a lot. Wow, now it sounds like I just came out of a fucking aquarium.
Okay,
but I spent a large part of this weekend listening to old episodes. I do want to ask you a question about it on the heels of this weekend recap. But I had a dope weekend, man. I was also, we hit 90, but I was sick the week before Terrance.
Yeah.
And you kind of get through that. Went out there, the allergy, I don't know, the pollen, whatever got in my system fucked me up. Me and my dad put down 70 bags of mulch.
Shout out, man. That's one of my favorite things to do ever, and I missed it this year. Missed so much this year, actually. If you mind, let me jump back into my weekend recap. I was supposed to do a sarcoidosis walk that they held in D.C. My family was a part of it. Big shout out to them. Loved them so much. I got some family members that
if you follow on TikTok, she posted a reel for it. You kind of see what that was like.
My girls win. I was definitely supposed to go. Beat me up bad that I didn't go because I wanted to show up for my family for that, and I couldn't do that. Y'all don't realize the worst part of what I had is the fever part. And what's crazy is I take Sunny fever joint. I'm taking Sunny one night was hot as hell. She was striking 103, 102. Remember that night?
Y'all need to get that damn temperature thing.
Feeling her so hot, I was like, oh my gosh, she's so hot. We gotta cool her off. To turn Sunny's little what's the name on me and get them 100s.
You see that red? You like, what?
I said, oh fuck, I'm sick. And y'all, the worst part is like when you lay down, you hot. So I had the covers on me, I'm hot. As soon as you take the covers off, you cold. You get the chills. But then when you bundle up, you're sweating.
You need to keep that drain on and let that motherfucker sweat out.
So I had some nights where I let it go because I couldn't. But bro, waking up, and I just have to say it, I hate it. Waking up drenched in your sweat and you're still sick, still feel like shit, that's the double. It ain't like when you accidentally left the heat on. Mm-hmm. But let's go back to your joint. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, you good. Y'all see, Terrance was down bad. That's the thing. When Terrance go down bad, or one of us, anybody in the fam, it kind of derailed the weekend. So of course we all ain't get together, whatever. That's why I was actually not glad you missed it, but I spent a lot of good time with my dad. Me and him, and you could tell he was like, I know you probably don't feel like doing this, and I'm like, Dad, we here. Let's knock it out. We edged the yard, put the mulch down, talked. You know, it was just a dope weekend. But I say that because in this ear, I had the one AirPod in, and I was just listening to the old pod. I listened to episode 150 and 151. We was talking about all types of shit. And it's funny because back then, we were dating. No, back then, I was with G, but we was early. I don't even know where Terrance was in his life. But if y'all go back and listen to episode 151, it's called She Knows. Where Terrance is trying to give dating advice, I'm giving dating advice. That shit was all over the place, but it was great, man. It made me think about, though, it just put a lot into perspective. But the weekend was chill. I will say Terrance was big on the draft. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I have been so consumed with certain things that when draft night came, I knew what I wanted for my Broncos, but I did not. I'm not gonna lie and say I kept up with everybody who got picked. I don't even know who went 15th, if I'm being completely honest. I think I watched the first 7 with you to y'all pick, and then I had to take the boys, so it was like I didn't really get to watch it. But the draft was a big part of the weekend. Terrance was on the TL all weekend talking to Commanders fans and
getting into it.
I don't know if he was happy or not. So I guess you can speak to that, T. Draft was a big part of your weekend, even though you was down.
I definitely sports period. You got a WNBA back. Shout out to my Mr.
playoffs.
NBA playoffs. WNBA back. NBA playoffs. And then, of course, the NFL draft was a huge event. Huge. I know a lot of y'all favorite teams have changed. You feel like your team is better. You feel like your team... sorry for the 49ers fans. They had a very iffy... The most iffy draft, I think, this year. I'm not going to Redskin podcast y'all out or anything like that. Redskin. But I want Washington Commander podcast y'all out. But I will say we got Sonny Styles with the 7th pick. I was shocked because I thought we would go offense. But I was also shocked that we would get somebody like him. And it's so funny. The Commanders fans are all split down the middle. But it's love on both sides. Even the fear. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because we all just want to win. That's all I'll say. So... I'm sure a lot of you went back and forth with y'all teams and fans and say, "Oh, did we need a running back? Did we need this?" And I feel like, you know, if I grade out draft, I say our draft was a C+.
Wow, you went low. A lot of people are giving y'all A's, A-. Y'all are one of the top.
I could give us
good drafts.
I could give us an A+ for getting Sonny Styles because of Sonny Styles' upside, low key. I personally feel like as a Washington Commander fan, I don't put a lot of stock in this player is going to change our entire team. We have never seen it before.
Yes, remember you have.
Who?
JD5.
Okay, so what happened the year after JD5?
He got hurt.
Right, why? Because he did not have weapons. Because his defense was ass. One person does not just change the dynamic of y'all team. Well, I'm sorry. One person can't do it all is my thing.
But y'all didn't need Sonny to be the one person because y'all done got the Owe, y'all got bruh from the Chiefs, y'all got hella pieces. It seemed like this offseason
for us
y'all
have
had one of the best off seasons defensively.
Yeah.
I do see that.
But then again,
I don't trust y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I don't trust y'all receiving core.
I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all.
I don't trust y'all receiving core. That one that y'all got. I think Diami is ass. I'm not gonna we might about to get into y'all whole team. Even though this
I definitely agree. I definitely agree with what you're saying.
This is the episode to do it, low key.
I mean, look, we drafted 3 slot receivers in a row. Luke McCaffrey, Jalen Lane, Antonio Williams this year. I'm excited about Antonio Williams. Did we want Antonio Williams? I'm gonna say no. You wanna know why
y'all won it went earlier?
Right? Washington fans everywhere. Washington media, I always say, everywhere, nobody had Antonio Williams on their board. Nobody. And if you did, he was like 5th or 6th. But nobody was saying, this gonna be our guy. Then when we get him, everybody want to act like, Oh, come on, y'all. We got another Amon-Ra. They said that he about to be an Amon-Ra type. Also, y'all know how I am. I don't really want an Amon-Ra on our team. I think we already have an Amon-Ra on our team. Terry McLaurin. I want somebody that is going to change the game. And you might not get that out of the draft. But we seen it happen. Puka Nacua, JSN, Amon-Ra. It's like, yeah. I don't think that Antonio Williams is the Amon-Ra from this draft. That's all I'll say. I think that's going to be the number 4 pick.
Oh, yeah, because I ain't keep too much.
Mr. Tate, that's who we wanted. But not to get too deep into that, and I won't. And look, this is my thing. I had a lot of niggas that we was going back and forth with, and you got to tell people, like, yo, opinions are opinions. But just a good, fun weekend of sports. I felt like I was on my back all weekend, y'all, like, just watching sports. And I did want to say this, Terrell. This might be a hot take. There's a movie I hadn't seen yet that was a part of the award season. And that movie starred a guy who was nominated for Best Actor, and that man won the Golden Globe for Best Actor. You know what movie that is?
You watched Marty Supreme.
I watched Marty Supreme for the very first time last night.
All right. So we on the same page. Safdie Brothers.
Sick as a dog, right?
Did you see how it was so damn?
I would say this. Timothée Chalamet's performance in Marty Supreme was better than Michael B. Jordan in Sinners.
Wow, that's actually huge to say.
And I take my glasses off and look you dead in your face.
I don't know, T.
Timothée Chalamet's performance in Marty Supreme, if you take everything off, and y'all gonna say I hate blacks now. If you take everything off, I was like, wow, I didn't know that this movie went to this length.
This is why your ass need to be watching these damn films in the damn award season.
I'm gonna get better, y'all. I got a fucking 1.5-year-old. Sorry, I saw everything but that. But also,
nigga watched The Smashing Machine.
Remember I told you I watched the first 30 minutes of Marty Supreme and did never finish.
What did it for you though? Because I don't want to talk about Marty Supreme and Timothée Chalamet. They hate when we talk about Timothée Chalamet too long.
I'm not gonna talk about him too long, but all I'll say is, damn, y'all.
What did it for you though? So far as
let me finish my point.
Oh, okay.
I think Timothée Chalamet's performance in that movie was better than Michael B. Jordan's in Sinners. However, I still believe that Michael B. Jordan should have won for Sinners. I still believe it was his year to win. However, because guess what? I also think that Jesse Plemons had the best performance of the year. So that goes out, and he was snubbed. So Jesse Plemons' performance in Bugonia was better than both. But politics go into award season. It was Michael B. Jordan's year to win, if you ask me.
I don't think it was Michael B. Jordan's year to win.
I definitely do.
He lost all of the big awards up to the NAACP,
if it
SAG,
wasn't,
and then Oscar.
It wasn't
the BAFTA.
Think about the Globe. Like you said, it's not Chalamet. We've seen Michael B. Jordan get snubbed. Michael B. Jordan was snubbed Fruitvale. Michael B. Jordan was snubbed. I guess it was just that. What else Michael B. Jordan?
Yeah, see, because I don't think it was Michael B. Jordan. If you talking about years to win,
I think it was Michael B. Jordan's year to win. If you look at the lineup, because who would you have given it to? The dude from...
Nah, I'd have given it to
Out
Michael
of those two, it was like Marty Supreme or Sinners, low key. Out of those two.
I would have given it to Mike. I would have still given it to Michael B. Jordan.
I would have still given it to Michael B. Jordan too.
No, but you see, I think Michael B. Jordan's performance was an inch better. And the reason why, but that's why I said, what did it for you performance-wise? Because I feel like it's a cop-out to say, oh yeah, I still think Michael B. Jordan should have won because it was his year. Because what? That don't even make no sense to me.
Because me saying that I think that Marty Supreme's lead role performance was better doesn't mean that Sinners was bad. They were both phenomenal performances.
I don't think that either.
Looking at the leading role, I feel like, well, I guess in short, because I don't want to, like you said, I don't want to long-winded. In short, I would say Timothée Chalamet's performance in the situation that he was in, I feel like it called for more of an actor. I feel like he gave a lot to that role that I was blind to. And I feel like after watching it, I felt like, damn, Marty Supreme going to be one of those movies that get respect later. You know what I mean? Sinners is immediately impactful. Immediate respect. I feel like Marty Supreme was Marty Supreme was good, but I think as it ages, people will start saying, man, this was a hell of a performance from Timothée Chalamet that was kind of in a year. Think about how we've seen Leo come through and do crazy dope roles, but it's like, this was the same year as this. This was the same year as this. Mm-hmm. Like, good performances are everywhere. Really didn't want to get on here and make a hot take and say that it was better than Michael B. Jordan or anything like that. I did enjoy it more, but will I say it's better? No. I'll actually pull that back.
You just started this whole thing by saying, my bad.
You're challenging.
You start with a hot take, get all the way through the hot take, and then say, I'm not going to say that.
Well, look, you challenging. All I'll say is, damn, Marty Supreme was actually a pretty damn good movie, if you ask me. And I feel like the girl, that's what I was going to tell you, the girl that played his BM, man, she
Odessa.
Smoked that.
Yeah, she's a beast. I seen her first in Grand Army. It was a very small.
I need to go see that. What's that joint that won? The girl that won? Hamlet. I might have to go watch Hamlet because I don't know. That was a crazy. Was the girl from Marty Supreme nominated for lead actress?
No, she would have been supporting, but she didn't do enough.
What?
I don't think she did enough. I think she's.
Y'all didn't think awesome. She did enough, but Tiana Taylor was in the movie for 25 minutes.
Well, you know how that's a whole different thing. I
even think she had a better performance than Shorty that was in Weapons. No?
No.
I thought she had a crazy good performance.
Because, like you said, it's all about what they call it to do. And I'm not trying to have this conversation because
it's going to go too far.
You know how it is. Award season is over. But Odessa is dope. I seen her first in Grand Army. If you haven't seen Grand Army, it's like a Netflix I don't want to call it a mini series, but it's like a short, I don't know, maybe one season show. But she was dope in that, and she got like that. She has a dope edge. She's great emotion. But
I just think
my dog MBJ earned every bit of that Oscar. I don't care what nobody say.
He did. I think he definitely did. But I also feel like, man, Timmy C performance and Marty Supreme. Ooh.
But that's the thing. I felt like Marty Supreme was more the Safdie brothers than it was.
No. I didn't feel like that.
Because think about it. As much as Wolf of Wall Street was think about Marty. It was a Martin Scorsese film, but man, nobody could have done that like Leo. Nobody. I think Safdie and them could have casted somebody else and still pulled off what they pulled off with Timmy C there. I think what Michael B. Jordan did, y'all don't want to give him credit for playing both the twins.
I think Coogler could have got that from somebody else too.
Sure.
But if you go do that.
So. But I feel like...
I don't think that Michael B. Jordan did a once-in-a-lifetime performance. I think he just did one really, really well and won the year.
Because you got to give me the actor that could have played both the twins.
Jonathan Majors.
You put a lot of stock in Jonathan Majors, and he's amazing.
Have you seen Lovecraft Country?
Yeah, but T. Obviously, okay, well, I'm not going to do this because it's going to start a whole thing.
Okay, look, let's go away from Jonathan Majors. We could go away from Jonathan Majors. Imagine it was Mahershala Ali that did Sinners.
No.
Terrell, you're not.
No.
So this is my thing. You can say that Marty Supreme is all Safdie, but you're not going to say Sinners is all Ryan? Come on.
No. It's
because
not.
Look at the other movies that Michael B. Jordan does outside of Ryan Coogler.
Ryan, the thing about the difference between Ryan and the Safdie brothers is Uncut Gems looks and feels like every Safdie film has that John or his brother Safdie look and feel like. Same, and with pacing. Like, you feel, even like, it's almost like with Quentin Tarantino films. They look and feel away.
Yeah.
Coogler is low-key in the Nolan lane. I don't know if you're going to like that I'm saying this. But I feel like The Dark Knight is one film. Inception is another film. Interstellar, Oppenheimer, and even like Memento, they don't all feel exactly the same.
But you see, you saying a real subjective thing. Because
that's true. That's true, but I feel like what Michael B. Jordan had to be for the film, I didn't feel like I'm watching a Ryan Coogler film more than it's a Ryan Coogler film.
Okay, see, I disagree.
It's a
I did not feel like I was watching a Michael B. Jordan film more than I felt like I was watching a Ryan Coogler film.
I'm not saying, I never said that though.
Oh, okay.
I'm not saying that I didn't feel, I mean, of course, it's cool, but does it make sense when I say his film language is a little less easy to spot? You don't see Fruitvale and say, this looks like this or feels like this.
Okay.
Safdie and them pace their films a lot the same.
I don't feel like I mean, I guess I see what you're saying, but somebody can make the same argument about about Ryan Coogler.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I say,
you want to start with a smoker to start the pod.
I ain't mean to start with a smoker, more so than I wanted to put respect on two roles, man. This ain't about hating nobody, and it's not about saying that anybody role wasn't good. I do think that the better performance, though, when I look back, I think it was Marty Supreme. But I feel like you can have the better performance and not get the Oscar. You got the Golden Globe. That's why this award season was so mixed.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, he went.
And I will finish by saying this: my favorite performance out of all of them was Michael B. Jordan. So it's not about like I liked my favorite Michael B. Jordan, but damn, looking at it from the outside in, just from like a technical standpoint, just performance v. performance. I'm not going to argue with you if you said that what's her name was better. And before, I might have looked at you like, I don't know. Now that I've seen it in full, all I'm saying is it could go either way. I won't agree if you say that Leo, but because I don't think it was Leo at all. I thought that one battle was cool,
it was fun. It was...
Didn't mean to start with that, bro. Or take it that far.
I just don't like the fact that you said the hot take first, and then at the end of it, you could have started by saying, yo, I seen it, and it was actually all right. You know, want to start me with a by saying, oh, this was better than this. And then now we talk, and you get to the point where it's like, well, I'm not going to say that.
Because I ain't got time to argue with the nigga for 35 minutes. I'm just trying to say.
You should have watched Marty Supreme months ago. You've been watching.
Okay, well, nigga, I watch it now.
You had been watching a bunch of other stuff, too.
I watched it now.
This motherfucker could have been watching Marty Supreme. He been watching documentaries and
No, I have not, Terrance. I've been keeping up with my own shit.
You will watch some bull. We've said that though. You will watch a Coco Golf documentary.
One of the best young black tennis players.
I agree. I don't want to see a whole hour and a half.
That's you, nigga. You will watch some bullshit too, but I don't get to say that you watch bullshit.
Your ass gonna bring the Marty Supreme 2 months after the award season is over.
I don't get
That's the point.
I just saw it, y'all. I was sick on my damn deathbed almost watching that damn movie. And was tuned in. That's how I said, damn, I'm locked into this joint and I'm sick as a dog. He killed it.
He smoked it. He really did a great job.
We blessed to have both of them motherfuckers. How about that? We shake hands on that.
If you want to talk about this Meg and Klay thing, let's get it out the way.
Okay.
I hate to bring it up like that.
I mean.
But I do kind of, that's how I feel about the whole topic. If I'm being completely honest. I hate that we have to talk about this.
Why?
But we have to. Because honestly, the way they broke up and what it did to the TL, it put us right back in what I felt like was 2020, either 2 or 3, with the Tory situation where it became like a men versus women at the hands of a Meg situation. It just wasn't a great time on the TL, and it felt like for a second we was right back in that space. And I was like, man, I don't really feel like talking about this. You know, all right, they broke up, but now everybody's talking about this, and that's probably what we're going to talk about. But it's like, damn, now we got to talk about this again, because you can't avoid it, you know?
Now, yeah. And
for context, give some context.
If you don't know, Meg Thee Stallion hit the Instagram stories and was basically updating everybody on how apparently Klay cheated. She said, you know, there's certain things that don't go, that she has morals that she won't allow herself to, you know how you get cheated on and you got to come out and be like, I won't condone someone else doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it's one of those situations. I should read it, but basically it was a situation where she said that Klay ended up telling her that he was not able to be monogamous, which I think threw her off. And that sounds like some shit you say after you get caught cheating. So
it sound like when it's almost like you got the what are we, and as you thinking that y'all about to be whatever. That's what I got from it.
Yeah.
That kind of threw me off a little bit. Because you didn't come out and say, yo, this nigga's, I found out you with other bitches, you cheating, whatever.
Yeah, it sounded like it was like he told her he didn't want to commit type of thing. And
it
like,
seemed like, y'all might have been playing house a little bit. You thought stuff was going away. He might have been gaslight. You know, he said he probably, Klay has his past. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, yeah.
But the more I look at the situation, y'all, and you look back at some of the stuff that was happening, her being with your fam and cooking.
You leading the road there. Y'all got that house together and y'all posted the key with that joint. He named his boat after her. it is kind of like you did a lot of stuff that is wifey type. We actually did think that, I did think that relationship was going to go far. And I feel like I'm on record saying that I like their relationship.
No, yeah.
I thought their relationship was actually, I thought it was legit too. I thought Klay was actually about to be serious about that, and it seemed like the way he was talking. But hey, I feel like Shorty just kind of got played, you know? Like Klay played her type shit. If that's the case, if this will really happen, you know? You did all the things that was making it look like y'all was about to be, you know? And then you pulled a rug, and I don't know if I could be with one woman. The TL's reaction to the Klay and Meg situation, I think, was bigger than the Klay and Meg situation. It seemed like a lot of people use this situation to get their shit off. You know? A lot of hurt men use this situation to get their shit off about women. A lot of hurt women use this situation to get their shit off about men. And a lot of hurt women use this situation to get their shit off about women. And a lot of hurt men use this opportunity to get their shit off about men. Like, it's like this four-way thing of everybody saying, this why men this. Oh, look, y'all niggas some bitches. This how I know y'all talking about women. And then look, you got the niggas who talking about Meg. You got the women that are talking about Meg.
Yeah.
You know? And then you got the men that are talking about Meg. So it's like, it was a big TL fest of just seemingly you got people trying to make it seem like, oh, you shouldn't have did all of this while y'all was together because then you ended up getting cheated on.
No, but you know what? You actually make a good point, because it was a lot of like, it shouldn't have been that big of a deal. It shouldn't have. And you said something actually earlier that was true. You said it showed us more of how people are versus even giving a fuck about their relationship. It showed that, damn, y'all, we really let this shit pit us against each other so crazy. But you know what? Situations like this, and you know what's crazy about a lot of these situations, even down to like some of the stuff we argue about in the culture, we don't even be knowing the full whatever, and people are full sin into belief of one thing. You know what I'm saying? Or using that as the basis, and it's like, yo, we don't even really know anything. I think a lot of niggas, and I think it like you said, just to speak to both sides, I think a lot of niggas showed how lame they really are with this whole thing. The act tweets, the party posting him singing the song, He Can't Love You Like Me or whatever. I feel like that was the lamest shit. It's always gonna be lame.
Yeah, that's lame.
Y'all were happy. It's like y'all were happy.
Let's keep it a stack,
y'all happy that this happened. Some niggas was like, hey, Klay a real nigga. All right, I'm not buying it.
I will say
I'm about that. Yeah. And I'm not a Meg defender like that, but I thought that, just speaking to that first,
she racked up on some enemies with them though.
Yeah.
So, not saying that they're right in any way more so, but I wasn't surprised at seeing people like party, celebrate. You know how a nigga ex get cheated on, he gonna celebrate.
You cheated though.
Oh, well, yeah, but you know what I mean.
So why are you even on here doing this? You lame for that.
Because who, party?
Yeah.
Didn't they say Megan cheated on her? Cheated on him? Was fucking a whole bunch of different niggas?
I thought.
He was the one that cheated. No. Party ended up finding out that Meg was fucking other niggas while he was writing songs.
But they broke up first. Why?
I don't know. See, that's why I say
doing dirt.
I'm not. See how you see, but you putting it on him, but you don't know. And that's the weird thing, y'all. We don't really know these people's backstory. But because people were calling Meg a cheater. A cheater gets cheated on. Hey, all I'm here to say, y'all, is it seems like a lot of us relish in these moments of other people's relationships falling apart. And it makes me think about my own relationship and how, like, if me and A-Train were to split up or not be together, I wonder how many people would be happy, or I wonder what will be said. You know, when you put your relationship out in the public, that is the risk that it comes with. And this is why you see a lot more women not wanting to share their relationships. A lot more people don't want to share their relationships because when it hits the fan, you kind of got to like see everybody else's reaction to it, whether you like it or not. You know what I mean? And they don't have all of the details. Sometimes if you like me and Terrell or not Meg the Stallion, you don't get to see it on the TL, but you do get to feel that type of friction with your friends' families, and even your little social media following, because you know they know. Like, you also know when you back posting single. Like, so I definitely feel like, I think a big takeaway from this situation for all of us should just be like, if you're going to put your relationship out there, you need to know what comes with it. I don't want to push anybody from putting their relationship out there, because I say share your relationship. But if you are with somebody that you might not be 100% on, or you might be whatever, it's like, you know what risk comes with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think it showed two things. Because like I said, I think a lot of niggas was lame in this whole thing. But I think it also showed the accountability issue that sometimes we have with women. Where we knew Klay was a nigga that played games. You played games with the Lord.
Niggas was saying that.
You played games with Coco Jones. You played games like you was that guy. That's who you chose to get with and be with. So when he started doing dirt, there's a part of that that's like, it's almost like you choose a nigga that's this. And I was telling G this, because right, I was talking to my sister and Gigi. We was going back and forth, right? Because I was like, I can understand people having a little bit less empathy for Meg because she's been a cheater in the past. You've been a liar in the past. On record. The world found out about, you in that whole situation where you were, where you got shot.
Yeah.
People did learn a lot about you and your word, and it wasn't the cleanest whatever, right? I was just saying, not validating anything that happened with Klay, but I understand why people on the TL had a little less empathy for her, right? And Candace Nim was like, she's being bad, she's whatever, and I'm like, you picked the nigga that's a cheater. He cheats. You're not getting a lot of empathy from a group of people because you slept with your friend's man. You lied about it on TV, and they had to come out and say, I lied. So a lot of people don't believe you yet. So for me, not justifying anything, right? Not saying that Klay did or is not wrong, because you know what Candace kept saying? You're not talking about Klay, you're only talking about Meg. And I said, I'm not trying to make this nigga Klay seem like he didn't do whatever. I'm just more so speaking.
They gonna make you talk about.
But I just feel like they talk about Meg like she's just this pure woman that is again men or whatever. And it's like, okay, let's talk about decisions made first. That we can't. I realize,
but this another thing.
Can't have that discussion, T.
Think about how one thing I thought was a good point. In the beginning, we're commending Meg for low-key getting a guy like Klay instead of the normal guy that she would normally get.
That's true.
I actually thought their relationship would work out more because it normally feels like the polar opposites attract, But it was almost like what I was telling On. I said, we just had the conversation about date the nerd, right? Date the nice guy. And what we talked about is like, the nerd, because he ain't gangster, it don't mean he really like a square, lame-ass nigga. And I think Klay Thompson is the perfect example of how date the nerd is low-key kind of it's a good thing, but it's also flawed because you're going in thinking that he ain't gonna do you like how these other niggas do, and guess what? A nigga like Klay can have way more emotion. Like, just because he was a nice guy, I don't even know why I myself was even like, damn. I was kind of thinking that this was a good thing for her because I've always known Klay to be like a solid dude, but when you think about it, man, you an NBA champion. Man, I'm having my way. But
that sound like you making it. I couldn't get that off.
No, but that's my thing. He ain't. All I'll say is this: he ain't the nerd, low key.
No, I'm saying it sound like you making him having his way. People, I think that what a lot of ladies have an issue with the men is that it seemed like we're focused more on not having the empathy for Meg. And we're not focused enough on the fact that Klay seems to be the one who was out here doing wrong.
Okay.
So if you come out talking about Meg, they like, well, you're not talking about Klay enough. And I was telling Candace, I feel like y'all are confusing bashing with people having a lack of empathy for her because of the bed she made for herself in the past few years before this relationship. A lot of people look at the Klay relationship, T, as like a clean up yo, it's like a
PR stunt.
I don't think it was a PR stunt because I really do feel like they was together, whatever.
Yeah.
But it was a better look for you. You even said, I've never dated a man like this. You know how men are. You know how we look at that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was just trying to explain, not to cat for the men, but to just be like, yo, I can see why niggas would be like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man, fuck her because she whatever. I feel like you earned some of that because of you've been a cheerleader in the past. I'm a Chris Brown fan, bro. Allegation comes out today. People are going to take everything that happened before, who he is, whatever, and say, see, he's this. Put him in a category. I told Candace, when Kevin Samuels died and women was popping champagne on the TL, it was because he did these things. But when we see a lack of empathy for Meg, because people feel like she cheated in the past and people felt like it was kind of chickens coming home to roost. You cheated with somebody and now you got cheated on. Now we can't talk about that. Now we have to focus on the Klay part. But a lot of people can't focus on that because of the things that have happened in the past. Think about it. Tory went to jail. He shot you. The crux of that whole argument was the y'all fucking each other in this big three-way. She didn't know whatever.
But I really feel like
the way they happened, he went to jail.
I think the lack of empathy is on both sides.
Yes, it is.
You know what I'm saying? Lack of empathy. Nobody has empathy for Klay at all. Nobody has empathy for Meg.
But if he's the one that did wrong, Klay don't deserve necessarily like to be looked out for. I can see the ladies trying to look out for Meg. She did get done wrong in the situation, and they want people to just focus on that.
You see how you saying she did get done wrong?
If he did step out, I'm just saying, if we taking her word,
and that's my thing. You see how we say we taking her word? We don't know what the fuck happened, y'all. Yeah, Lexi Brown came out and said, I'm not a part of that. You know what they saying? Lying bitch. You a lying bitch. It's like, yo, unfortunately, we will never know. But like, there is one part of this that I do feel like I need to say. When the joint came out, I tweeted and I said, I tried to tell y'all. I told y'all this. I told y'all on the pod. I feel bad that I tweeted that because it was a vague post. I hate vague posts, and I was not meaning to be vague, but I thought everybody would get what I meant when I said that, which was my point about women rappers. I want all of y'all to go back to a podcast not long ago. It was called Pregnant Hip Hop, something like that. You'll be able to find it. And watch the episode scene where we talk about Lotto announcing her pregnancy, and go back and watch what I said about women in hip hop and how their relationships and how their music needs to coincide with their relationships. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, because it can't, because in women hip hop, it's fuck my man. Like you said here. I literally say in that episode, I'd be like, what happened when Klay and Brandon Ingram have egos? What happens? The relationship fall through because it's something about the power of a woman rapper that intimidates a man. I swear it is. It's because of the woman she has to be for her career. Think about it.
But you saying that to say...
It's not like saying that a man can't get with a governor who's a woman. You know what I mean? That's a powerful woman. I could be a nigga that works at the chop shop, but I can have my wife be a governor. Guess what? She not going to work flexing on men all day, you know? Being a woman rapper is flexing on men. I just watched the freshman freestyle that had Mona Leo, Lotto. Go look what them women saying, man, in them raps. I do not need a nigga. That nigga needs me. Ask Angel Reese.
Nah, yeah, T, but I will say this because now it sounds like you see that, and then you get in trouble for that because it make it seem like you making it so that, since she's this career, it almost makes it like you okaying Klay doing the dirt.
I'm not okaying Klay
I want to
doing...
make clear because that's what it sound like.
Okay.
Because you saying, the relationship fall through because whatever got an ego. That doesn't make it okay for him to do her dirty.
It don't.
If he did, because you're saying she raps about it. Because at the end of the day, we supposed to be able to separate artists from music. You did it for years with Kanye.
This is why I told y'all
are
lying. Ladies are lying by saying that. And I said that on the pod, and you tried to say, no, ladies got in the podcast and lied out their mouth and said, I don't care, the song has to be fire. But when Lotto came out and said that she was pregnant, it's ladies saying, this is lame. When Glorilla came out and said that she wanted
Brandon Ingram to it wasn't good.
It's ladies talking about how it's lame. My point is, I don't see why y'all don't turn around and say, damn, that nigga Terrance low-key was right. Show me a successful woman-rapper relationship right now. Go.
Lotto and 21 Savage.
Remy Ma? No. Bro, I'm telling you, it is impossible.
But that's not. But you see, you bringing a relationship.
Nicki Minaj, Kenny Petty? No.
But you bringing up situations that didn't end because of what you saying, though. You making it seem like these relationships don't work because these girls are rappers and these niggas have egos.
But that's my thing.
Which I also think is a discredit to the men because it makes it seem like these men can't handle a woman.
It's woman rap. It's woman rap. It's woman rap.
The one thing I agree with you is about how the music changes because of the way y'all live your life. Like we said. Your Instagram, you ain't Natalie Portman no more. But I don't know why I use her, but
yeah.
You gotta be you 24/7, your music, your IG, whatever. And Meg did go from the stuff she was rapping about to the my man joint. So now it is kind of like you gotta go back to your. But you know what, T? That's what artists do. You put out an album, you get hurt, you got a hurt album. You get happy, you got a happy album. It's not a specific thing to female rappers, I don't think, as much, even though they're just more aggressively fuck niggas, you know?
Yeah. I think women singers can manage a relationship. I think women who sing can manage a Like, we've seen it happen plenty times.
But what do you mean by?
Even with rappers.
But tell me how it's different when the girl gets hurt, that's a singer, and she puts out the Hurt album, and then now that she get happy... She put out the happy album. We just watched Brent do it. You said Brent, it sounded like Brent got a girl on this joint and his music changed. We don't have this big conversation about how, you can't be an R&B singer and rap this way because then...
If you go look at our Brent reaction, I literally told you, bro, Brent, this music cool because you in a relationship.
No, you did.
But I was like, but your whole aura is for those who are like... Sly in the night. Brent Faiyaz, the dude you listen to because you on your missions. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely not a relationship.
You build your brand on being a toxic guy. You get a relationship, and now you got the butterflies for sure.
So this is my thing. I asked you a question about the singers. Singers don't pop shit like how women rappers do. Singers might have confidence, but they not popping shit. And I want y'all to think about it.
Mary J. Blige made a career of...
Is she married?
No.
Right. Women rapper, any woman who's popping shit, I'm sorry. I just kind of feel like if that's your career, that's totally fine. But it's going to be, I feel like it's tough for a man to sit back and watch a woman do something that is very masculine, like women rap. Women rap, say what you want, is masculine. It's, I'm coming over, I'm going to pull it out and put it in. It's like, damn, y'all real masculine now. It's not like I'm going to come over and try to get you to...
Nah, yeah, y'all don't like the Beyonce cater. Y'all don't like the cater to my man.
You ain't fucking your man good enough to send him to me. We just said that on the... It's like, damn. Like, it's real masculine. So my thing is this. It's not that the music is being listened to at home by these men or anything.
Because that's what I'm getting ready to say. How do you equate that to these men, whatever? You making it seem... Because you don't realize what you're saying about men as well, what you're saying.
Because guess what happens in every single relationship? Bullshit. And guess what women do? Pop shit. When Gigi be popping her shit at you, she don't go to work and then her work is more popping shit. You know what I mean?
And it's not so public. If she is at the joint talking to a coworker, I don't see it.
I'm telling you.
But T, I don't even think... because you got to bring this back to me to the Klay situation because Meg put out a record and she's not popping shit. She put out a my man record. So you can't equate all of these women hip-hop record and breakups to that. Even like her breaking up with Partisan Fontaine, he was texting and DMing chicks. They break up.
All I'm saying is I don't think the man will ever take the woman rapper serious because he's not able to... I don't think a man...
I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Even Brandon Ingram. Think about the situation we just seen. He said, what you gonna do for tomorrow? Game tomorrow? He was like, I'll probably go home. My girl will get on my nerves, so I'll just probably go to sleep or something like that. Or what did he say? Something like that, right?
Just like that, yeah. And then he came...
She gonna get on my nerves and I'm gonna go to sleep or something like that. And everybody, look at all the women jumping on the TL. Wow, Glow, wow. He said He said Glorilla so damn annoying, he don't want to be around. He didn't even say that.
But that if we keep it in a stack,
I get it.
I 100% get what Brandon Ingram said.
I got what he said.
But I 100% as a man know that
you can't say that.
Your girl ain't gonna like when you say it.
Did you see what Brandon? Did you see his response?
Yeah, he had to pull it back.
He said she told me up.
Yeah, because you got me fucked up.
Yeah. But this my thing. This is what I mean where I say, damn.
But T, if Glow wasn't a rapper, that still wouldn't be cool.
Yes, it will. Look, if Glow wasn't a rapper, that would not have been a storyline.
I don't think, Terrance, I think so too. And he could be,
because Glorilla got fans. Now, women hip hop, you got enemies too. So now you got the other chicks that's like, bitch, your man. It's like, it's a lot of pressure.
Man, you get that with Taylor Swift. He could be dating Taylor Swift. And if Travis Kelce would have said about Taylor Swift, Taylor Swift is popping it.
Well, she is
popping it the white girl way, and she also has ops.
But look, she also was another one. We not just gonna act like her relationship is safe. We not gonna act like her relationship is safe. But guess what, Trey? I'm telling you, singing is not rapping. Rapping is very masculine. I want a nigga that come over here, and I'm a nigga that's going over there. And when a nigga get over here, I'm pulling down them underwear. It's like, oh shit, these women are coming over. When I come over there, she gonna be at me. Singers are more. And then look, can we have this conversation without it being whatever?
No, because T, I feel
want the most softest woman ever. Even if you get a tough, even if you get a superhero, if you with Wonder Woman, you want her to come home, take off her cape, and be soft to you.
Yeah,
you don't want her to say, "Oh, I need a back massage. That flight was just bad," and you're like, "I'm
this
young.
Motherfucker sound like she bringing the bacon." And that is just the truth about
what? Men. These women rappers do be doing what? Bringing home chicken. Cardi B relationship with Offset. That nigga is now in the casino, and I fuck with a nigga. But look at the nigga in the casino chasing dollar bills. It's like, I don't know what it is. And I'll say what it is.
But Terrance,
it's intimidation.
It says more about men, though.
It says more about the men.
But
I've always made it about the men. I've always said the men's ego. I've always said it's a man's ego.
But why does it sound like you indicting the women for being rappers? Like, y'all will never be able to get in relationships because of y'all
men's ego. Because your work, a man's ego will not allow himself to marry a woman rapper. I don't think so.
When I tried to go down this route with Candace Nim, oh my, because I was trying to say that too, T. I was trying to say, hey, let's keep it a buck, right?
Yeah.
I said, I'm also not surprised, right? Because with pussy rap, that's a lot to take on as a man, right?
Yeah.
And when you done got the digital footprint of somebody like a Meg Thee Stallion, I can see why a man would date her and not marry. I got killed for that by Candace and Gigi. Oh! And I'm like, all right, we can't have the conversation because we're not going to be able to have the conversation about the visual. But this is my thing. I said, if a nigga raps about street shit, he's a gangster, he whatever, and he got a terrible digital footprint, even look at somebody like Offset. And this is somebody that the ladies will probably use against us. Because Offset that's my nigga.
That's my nigga.
But y'all don't say nothing about Offset. Guess what? He got the gambling issue now. You broke up with your wife. You cheated on your wife multiple times. You in the bed with Selena Powell. You have a bad digital footprint.
But Terrell, do you see what I'm saying? Why was he doing all of that?
But
why?
We don't
because a man's ego will not allow him to stay faithful to a woman rapper. She is popping too much shit about how she don't need a man. Look at what he said.
That is true.
I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me tell you how I got this ring. Well, when you're on tour,
Terrance. But my point, the point is though,
especially a nigga that's up, oh, you going on tour? Bad.
Terrance, that sounds like, but nah, because I don't think all niggas, you making it seem like niggas are super fragile with women, because that sends a bad message.
I'm talking about women rappers, not all women.
I think there's a little bit more of a middle than you making it though. Because don't forget that it's not the women rappers in these relationships. These niggas haven't said enough of what you saying for me to just go ahead and buy that. Because I'm with you, but
it seems like these men are getting with these women.
Y'all trying to have y'all way while you with shorty. And yes, she pop shit, but I don't think her popping shit is now why you going and fucking bitches. You know what I'm saying?
It's not
why you won't be serious with shorty. Because think about it, Offset did get with Cardi. They got married.
And look what happened.
I mean, yeah, because look at the Stephon Diggs situation. Look at
what happened.
But I just also
it seems all I'm saying is point to the successful woman rapper relationship right now. You're gonna talk about one or two. You can talk about a couple singers that have men. Look at Viola Davis, one of the best black actresses of all time. Great husband. Support piece.
Look at that man and how he is.
No intimidation with her work. Why? Is she at work popping shit all day? Is she doing a masculine job? No. You can be with a successful woman. Like what Angel Reese was saying. You can be with a successful woman and have a great relationship. That is outside of what I'm talking about. I'm saying these women rappers, y'all don't understand that I don't think that being a woman rapper is... I don't think you can do both. That's just me.
I will say the one thing that I will agree with you on, because I don't know if I agree with that, T.
You don't got to.
I need to think about it more. I ain't gonna bleed it.
This ain't my first time making this point, y'all.
The one thing that I will say is that the art, Lotto is suffering from the art. You know what I'm saying? Like, Lotto trying to rap, but now you the baby mama that you've been talking about so much in your music that you're not. I'm not like these girls that's this. Shout out to this girl name, I forget her name, but it's a video on YouTube called The Birdification of Female Hip Hop.
Man, I need to watch that.
It's hold on, I have to give her a shout out because that was such a well done video by her. And I'm sorry that it was about Lotto. The Demi Show. The Demi Show did a joint called Lotto and the Birdification of Female Rap. She did a part 1 and a part 2. I didn't get to see the part 2. No, I did watch the part 2. I didn't get to watch the part 1. Where she was talking about kind of how, think about it, T. The video started with Lotto going, when I wake up, my man. When I eat, my man. And it's like, she walks you through the transition of Lotto's whole career and the different stances she took and why people are responding the way they're responding.
I need to see that video.
Yeah. She actually, and if you're into people that do like video essays, stuff like that.
Give her the name.
As I said, her name is at not Demi on YouTube, but she called, if you search The Demi Show, DEMMY, that video was actually like, I just clicked it.
Yeah, and bro, y'all need to have her on. You know, people like,
but I thought she did a good job kind of showing why people have an issue with the art. And that was my thing. The art definitely suffers with female rappers when they start, because I ain't worried about a nigga. And then you get a man and you try to say, I'm gonna tell Braden, leave it in I'm gonna tell him next time I have his. People didn't receive that well from Glow. And they're not receiving Lotto's whole pregnant run trying to make music like they received her before when you were the girl that had the low. You bragged about having the low body count, about you not being this. And she even put clips where like men are uncomfortable. Like when she was talking to Speedy and when she was talking to Talil. And it was like, even the men were like, why do you care so much about like this?
And Lotto, shit.
Yeah. And so now that you are the baby mama of a nigga who they're saying is married, he got kids, you baby mama number this, you did make that bed for yourself. And that has always been my point with even the Meg and Klay thing, where y'all like to take men and all of the history and the things that led up to, like I always use Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels made the bed for himself with how women felt about him. Yeah. When he died, these motherfuckers popped champagne. And they justified it by saying he dogged women out and this and that. Didn't matter that he held men accountable. Didn't matter that he whatever. All of the other intangibles didn't matter. We didn't like him because he said this about women, right? But with women, especially in female, with these hip hop artists, it seemed like we can't value the things that they have said all the way up to this point. We just need to feel bad for you now because you're now in a victim role. Oh, but when it's the flip, y'all can say, we don't feel bad for him because he did earn this because of this. But in the inverse, you see what I'm saying? Like, that's where the line get blurry. And it does come down to low-key the art. You know? It comes down to you can't pop shit. Like you saying, you can't pop shit the way you used to.
And then y'all will be like, well, I mean, she's not even popping shit. This is my thing. It's just be the stuff that women rappers do. Think about it. Lotto just did it, but y'all think Stephon Diggs didn't feel a way seeing Cardi B shaking her ass with his baby in her stomach? I'm about to do me. Like, I'm telling you,
I don't like
no man wants
picking
Terrell, no man wants to see his wife have to entertain a crowd and pop shit, and then look, I'm gonna turn around and shake my ass. That's not wifey material. That is not wifey material. And I think a lot of men do the wrong thing by wanting to get with the star. Then when you get with her, you start realizing, oh shit, she a star. And then we start talking about what Angel Reese was talking about, where it's like, if you're going to be with a woman that is successful, you need to be ready to be with everything that comes with that, you know? Mm-hmm. And it's like, I don't think that a lot of men are with that. That's why what Angel Reese said was not wrong. It was just, okay, you got 2 or 3 motherfuckers to
give
pick
us some
from.
let's go there and you give a context to that so we can get off the, I ain't trying to, I don't know if the girl's going to be on our side this pod. Ladies, sorry. But the Angel Reese, what did Angel Reese say that you're referring to? She said she was sat down with Michelle Obama. Angel Reese just transferred, got traded to the Atlanta Dream. Am I right? Is it Atlanta Dream? Mm-hmm, Look at me knowing my WNBA teams.
I'm actually disappointed you didn't immediately know that.
Terrance, come on! I even got the team name right. They still a growing league.
Okay.
All I knew was Mystics, Liberty, New York.
Keep going.
Connecticut Sun.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a big one for me to know. You should be
go
giving me a lot of credit.
Who the champs?
Las Vegas Aces.
Yeah.
I'm learning my teams. Atlanta Dream, I said already. CC play for who?
Who?
The green team.
CC?
Caitlin Clark. Oh, no, she played for the Indiana Fever.
Okay,
Blue.
there we go.
You see? We getting there.
Angel,
ain't but 12 of these motherfuckers, ain't them?
Actually, 15 teams now because we got the Toronto Tempo. That's their first year this year. The Golden State Valkyries.
Nafisa Collier play for?
Nafisa play for Minnesota.
Minnesota Lynx.
I
know my team. Look, that's 50% of the teams. At least 8.
But y'all should hear what Anjali will say about how she'll be like, oh, that's no. I forget what name she used for Nafisa. She be making fun of me
because of how you always talk about people.
I was talking about Nafisa Collier for so long.
Shout out to her, man. She's a baller. But back to Angel Reese. Angel Reese just I keep saying transfer. She got traded to the Atlanta Dream. She recently sat down with Michelle Obama.
Mm-hmm.
What did she say?
She basically got up there and was talking about how her and Michelle Obama had a conversation about how when you're a man, if you're going to date a woman that, and it's a conversation we've heard a lot of successful women have where she says, and she said some key things. She said, and I won't bleed it. She basically said, if you're going to date me, you got to understand what dating me comes with. I am a successful woman. I got my own thing going on. So essentially, I don't need you. You're just a plus to me. Mm-hmm. So basically, you know what I'm saying? You have to show me why I need you in a way. Right? And that's all cool. That's cool. And it's kind of the same message that we heard from Nia Long and Keke Palmer. Yeah. Because Nia Long on Keke Palmer's podcast said, hey, I'm Nia Long, so you're going to have to show me why I need you. Like, why do I need you? I totally understand this, but I told Terrell this. It's like, a man doesn't want to need you. And if he does, it's only a specific type of man. Think about it.
Or a specific type of need. Because we need women.
Because a man can want you, but he don't need you. He can go get her, who doesn't have millions, no. But guess what? She don't give a fuck because we're not looking for your money. We're looking for a loving woman. When you come into the relationship like, I make a lot of money, so you're going to have to show me why I need to be with you. It's like, oh, bet, you cool. I'm about to go this way. Most men won't even sit down with you knowing you think like that. Mm. And then you'll have women who talk about men being intimidated by the success, and they're not intimidated by your success. They're not intimidated by your success. They're intimidated by having to be more than you. You know what I'm saying? Because some men will say, I ain't gonna deal with it. I'd rather deal with shorty right here. Look at what Klay Thompson did. Lexi, I'm sorry. Klay was fucking with Meg, and then they say he was fucking with Lexi Brown. Look at the difference between Meg Thee Stallion and Lexi Brown. Not looks-wise, but just career and just whatever wise. It's kind of like, not saying that
I don't like that example.
Not saying one is better, but it does seem like men don't want to climb the mountaintop and provide for
the bill. You know what I'm saying? Reese is already got hella deals, brand, whatever. So she basically set the stage to where if you not doing better than her
here, and that's what all women do.
Your role as a man isn't respected. So why would I want to be with you?
Do all the ladies not do that?
You can't do that. You can't do that.
I'm making 100 racks a year. I need me a man that make at least 300. I mean, because I'm making 100. That's ladies. Am I wrong?
Yeah,
that's
but
how y'all think.
No, because remember, majority of couples, black and other races, are not doing that bullshit that you see on these Twitter street interviews.
How many of a majority of these couples are the women a millionaire and the husband?
No, you're right. You know, I'm just saying. People are splitting they rent, splitting they bills than what you talking about. Because you're right that ideology does happen with successful women, and that's what we talking about, right? Yeah. But and it does come back down to that because with the Angel Reese thing, it is kind of like a man? You could never date a man then that don't make as much as you or have everything going on that you got. Yeah. You gotta have more. But you don't even date the nigga she date now.
Wendell Carter Jr. NBA.
He's a baller. You're in the NBA. But you low-key have a little bit more going on than him, I would say.
Popping-wise.
In terms of your social cachet.
Yeah, she ain't got more dough than him, though.
But he got more bread probably. And she probably
who knows?
But look. You value that so much. I wonder what if bruh don't keep that up? She may not be the guy. He may not be the guy for her. But
watch him out of cook.
Let me play devil's advocate for the ladies.
Can I say something real quick before you go forward?
Sure.
Do you see how we just talked about Brandon Ingram getting in trouble for what he said? Do you think Denzel Carter Jr. thought it was cool that Angel Reese is going viral for saying how she don't really need her man? And how you're just a plus to me?
Yeah.
Do you see Angel Reese saying, yeah, he tore my back. Yeah, he tore, no. She's not going to come out and say anything because guess what? Men ain't going to say shit. I'm just going to invite shorty. I'm in the NBA.
Yes, you're right, but
I'm in the NBA.
You right.
So that's why I say, once you start popping shit, niggas' egos get hit. That's why you see men with women that are less than them. They just aren't doing certain things. And you see these successful women talking about their success, and it's like you don't have a man because all you care about is your success.
Okay, T,
it's the Tyler Perry movie.
Let's flip it on you, though.
With Taraji.
Let's say A-Train, because your ass ain't making the MMMs. Let's say A-Train get an Ulta Beauty deal, and now she the number one Ulta whatever, and she start making MMMs.
I would love it.
You saying that now, but you the same nigga that's sitting here saying that a man don't want to be with somebody.
We're talking about a woman popping it.
Okay, T, so what if A-Train start doing interviews where she's saying, I got my bread up.
A-Train, I hope you're looking at this.
She wouldn't.
You better not get in that interview and say you don't need me. Because guess what? You're going to be just like Brandon Ingram up there saying, yeah, I probably shouldn't have said that. Because I would never step out.
But you see, y'all situation different because, y'all building a family. These are young dating.
Yes, dating.
23-year-olds. I don't think it's ridiculous for a 23-year-old, 22-year-old Angel Reese to say, if I'm up, what can you really do for me? Because of the way
y'all. I don't think it's ridiculous either. I just know the field that you in.
Yeah,
now.
That's true. That is what I will say.
Because I don't know the women, but I know the men. That's my point.
Yeah, men don't. Yeah, and that's the thing. We be trying to tell women
that men don't care about your money.
I used to.
We all know the woman that has the education.
We all know the woman that will brag about the degrees, brag about, oh, I'm doing this. Oh, I got this degrees, whatever. Right?
I got all of this going on.
Our women love to say they're the most educated group, right? Which is a fact. They go to school, they get them degrees. They don't care though that the men don't value that. Because they were raised, like you see Angel Reese was raised. My mom taught me how to cut the grass. My mom taught me this because she didn't.
Insane.
Her dad wasn't there. So her mom, out of trauma, that is a trauma response that you learn that. But you internalize it as independence and I don't need a man. That's why, I mean, it's such a conversation for us as black folks. But our women grow up in a system that also is trying to make the black men in your life your enemy. The system you grow up in of the United States of America criminalizes and demonizes
black men.
Your men.
Yeah.
It's not a coincidence that everybody is growing up teaching their kids, whatever. Even when you talk about black dads not being in the home, you can't even have that conversation without going back to
the system,
the Reagan era, and what happened. Because that was not us. But we're so deep into this thing now that the babies of the babies are now the Angel Reese, where you grow up and say,
I don't need a man at all because I got dough.
And it makes perfect sense to them because they think, why do I need him if he has money? When you as a man say, you need a man to lead and this and that, they hear that and go, fuck that.
And this is my point. Do y'all remember the what do you bring to the table conversation? Y'all remember how those convos used to go? Women used to say, I am the table. Oh, I'm the table. Right? Men started responding with what they deemed as bullshit. What did that nigga with the diamond earring? Remember the nigga with the dangly earring?
Oh, he was
like, I can buy a chef. She can cook my meals. I can buy somebody to clean my house. I can buy somebody to babysit. I can even buy somebody to babysit the kids. So what do you bring to the table? Because I can buy that. Why do I need you? Why do I need you? Wow. I mean, come on. We got responses from the ladies talking about nurturing, making a house a home. I'm going to be there and be by your side. I totally understand all of that. And I know exactly, and agree, I'm about to say agree, and I know exactly what that is. I got that at home. I'm blessed. But I will say, we weren't able to get off the why do I need you?
As a man.
But you see how successful women are. Y'all are exactly like that, and guess what you sound like?
Yeah.
You sound like the dangly earring man. Case closed.
You sound like the dangly.
Y'all women sound like the dangle earring man who says, why do I need you when I can buy a chef? Okay, bet. Successful woman who says, why do I need you? I mean, I have all the money. I'm not going to say, I got this long D I can get. You know what?
Nah,
then you gonna sound.
Yeah. Now you're right. And it does come back. And that's why I say, it's just, first of all, y'all, between, I hate that we have done this pod this way, but that was the cancer of the weekend for me. Mm-hmm. The TL backing that, black men against black women on all these different, it was not good. It was not good. Ladies, damn. Because I don't know how y'all feel about this whole joint so far. And y'all can get in the comments and give it up. I will be reading. Y'all know me. I'm the devil's advocate anyway. But I want to know what y'all think because I do think it's interesting perspective, but I do see how we have gotten to a place where it's just a lot of what you saying will sound like I told Gigi and Candace. I said, y'all are such girls that y'all can't even see what I'm saying. I can't even talk to y'all for real about this because y'all can't see what I'm saying. I could give you the inverse, the what about this example, and y'all gonna play the red. Oh, that was different every time. But
that was different.
And it's like, damn, I can't get y'all to see it. And sometimes you need to realize when you just like, I can't get y'all to see it. And that is a bad thing because that throwing your hands up at the situation is how the things get worse. Yeah. Because we're not finding solves. Like, think about it. Angel Reese saying that, I feel like Michelle Obama should have played more of a, think about it, you've been with Barack for 40, 50 years. Angel sitting in your face saying, why do I need you?
And you like, yeah.
And Michelle Obama graduated from, I want to say Yale or Princeton or wherever she went to.
Yeah.
Could be her own president. But you can't sit there and listen and co-sign her saying, why do I need a man? Oh, but we saw Michelle Obama's run and how she felt. We saw how Aisha Curry, who thought think about it, Aisha Curry was the poppin' chick in school that dated the quiet basketball player. That nigga became the best shooter of all time.
Yeah.
Everybody loves him. So now you have grown to just hate the fact that you're his wife. And it's like, I'm sorry you got with one of the greatest niggas of all time. But man, it's just we gonna always clash
egos,
this way.
man. Egos. That's it. And that's why they say everybody, not for everybody. There's somebody for everybody. And you got to think about certain things before you get it. There's probably a lot of people who will get in a situation and you don't think your ego going to be hit until it is. But then you already done named your boat after Shorty. And you done already done had her cookie dinner.
Yeah. All right, bet we done talked about this forever.
On sent me this tweet that I wanted to read to you. This dude put, film literacy among young people is at an all-time low. My Gen Z students are shockingly unfamiliar with many key landmarks of modern cinema that were released in the 90s. That's a great tweet. Yeah. Somebody retweeted and said, I blame the parents. A part of childhood should be spent watching your dad's favorite violent movies and suffering through your mom's favorite songs in the car. That's how a living cultural memory is transmitted, not via a perpetual bubble of age-appropriate content. Now, basically the convo is this, right? It's like, there's nothing wrong with showing age-appropriate content to your kids, but have we gotten away from... Think about what he said just to start about the Gen Z kids and how they don't know certain movies. Like,
Dad showed us Saving Private Ryan. We were way too young.
We was way too young.
Oh my God. I will never forget my first watch. And that's why him saying the violent whatever, that is true. Dad showed us certain films. I should have never saw Training Day when I saw it.
Yeah.
When Denzel got killed at the end, I said, I have never seen somebody get killed like that ever in my life. He got shot 1,000 times.
And think about what our parents grew up telling us about the music. Yo, this grown folks music. You in grown folks business. Yo, this grown, hey, what you know about that? We are not doing that to our kids. Some of y'all have a kid that is literally 16 years old and you never told him what you know about that. You know why? He don't know shit. It's the parents. And I can feel it, bro. Right now,
Tess, you got a 1.5-year-old. There's nothing she needs to see that you watch.
No, what I'm saying is right now we do every single thing for her and we put our stuff like over here and over there. You know, we're a lot more, she don't need to see that. However, our parents were not like that. And this is my only point. We are protecting our kids from certain things.
When you were this age, they were 100% like that.
Oh, no, yeah, we are. Oh, definitely not one, Terrell. Not Sonny's age. I'm just saying, we're going to probably continue to tell, you won't let Crew watch Pulp Fiction at 7 years old. You won't let him watch Saving Private Ryan until he's probably whatever.
Did, right.
But think about it. By the time he get to the point where you could show him, he might not give a fuck. He might be a kid. Or he might be in school and you haven't showed him yet. And guess what? You're going to be a Gen Z teacher like, okay, doesn't this guy look like Chris Farley? Ha ha ha. Oh, y'all don't know who Chris Farley is. Oh, well, doesn't this guy look like Arsenio Hall? Oh, damn, y'all don't know who Arsenio Hall is. And it's not because they should, right? Arsenio Hall, Chris Farley, all from the 90s. But the only reason why I really knew who those people were is because my parents drilled it and they didn't keep me on age appropriate.
And you're right, because I have a video that I want to do about the scene from Set It Off, right? And it's going to literally be the Cleo scene. And I'm going to say, this scene has affected black people in ways that is irreparable.
Irreparable.
That's why so many content creators, especially in the DMV area, Big Shots 301 episode, a lot of even our creators, that film in the DMV went nuts. And a lot of us was way too young when we watched Set It Off. That's why it fucked with us so much what happened to Cleo.
Yes.
Because we understood what they was trying to do, but we were so young.
Man,
oh my God, she died. Yeah. That's why Up Against the Wind, that song is such a reminder of that pain. That's why it's funny that the way it's used now.
Yeah.
But when I think back, a lot of the films that I saw as a kid, I saw way too young. Set It Off came out in 94, the year I was born.
Yeah.
I wasn't 14 when I first saw that. I saw that with Kelly and them early.
Yeah. Think about it too. We grew up with a BET network that played black classics in a clean version for us to watch. Like, there was so much culture, Centric, VH1. There was so much culture for us to get to. Our parents weren't putting it on. Now, we have Netflix. Now there's apps where we gotta go. I gotta put Rachel on for Sunny. I gotta put Big Bear on.
Nah, yeah, that was the benefit of that was the benefit of
cable
TV. It was a never ending something going.
culture. Whether you wanted to block it or not, you couldn't. And I feel like the best thing about this topic, y'all, is it might not be such a bad thing. Yes, maybe we won't be able to get our shit off to them, but also, it might not be such a bad thing that they don't have access to that stuff. Who knows?
I will say this, though, when it comes to film literacy. I seen somebody talking about how a lot of these kids have not... Y'all want to get on here and talk about film, and you haven't seen The Godfather. Or you haven't seen certain film staples. Like, you see somebody said there were no good films. Somebody said the most blasphemous shit ever, where they were like, the films of the 70s don't look good or something like that. And it's like, dog, no way y'all can disrespect The Godfather this way. No way y'all can disrespect films like Apocalypse Now.
But Terrell, we not talking about grown folks right now. We talking about kids.
We talking about these kids that grew up, right?
That don't know.
That watch films, and you love what, I forget my man who's the DP for the Batman. He did Doom, whatever, right? You love Hoyt, and you love all the people that Chris Nolan worked with. But if you haven't gone back and seen these, because those are the same people that'll say, you see what they're doing with Ludwig Göransson.
Stay on the same topic.
Even what, let's just film literacy overall. Look at what they're doing with Ludwig Göransson, right?
Yeah.
There's people that disrespect the shit out of John Williams because Ludwig having a run. And now you want to say, oh, you know what, John Williams was mid. I just saw somebody say, yeah, Thriller wasn't even that great. It's these kids that don't have respect for the art that came before.
But look.
But the artists that you're talking about that you're putting over them would never disrespect these people that you're disrespecting in their place.
It take us back to the OG point. The parents' fault. You would never... You know what I realized? I looked at the video that showed Michael Jackson's progression. And then when it got to 94, when I was born, that mic, that was past bad. That was past...
Nah, yeah.
I said, damn, look at all the versions of Mike that I didn't even see. But I respect. Aunt got this weird thing where she said, even though I wasn't born, I was there. She thinks she was there when Beat It came out and stuff like that. But like, that comes from your ancestors letting you know the greatness of something. The only way you disrespecting Godfather is if your father did not sit you down and make you watch. So, hey.
That's true, man. I feel like people need to...
We as parents have a responsibility to pass the culture on.
But see, a lot of your film
or they won't give a fuck about it.
But a lot of your film literacy came at the hands of you going back and watching. From 2012 to 2014, we were in film school. We didn't get film knowledge from Twitter because Twitter said you should go and fuck with Nolan. Or you should go and fuck with this person. They're not going to tell you about Harris Savides. They're not going to tell you about Malik Saeed. They won't put you on Coppola for
But this
real.
is my thing. That's you wanting to be in the film. But Dad did put you on his favorite films. That's the thing. You still have culture. You still were able to go to film school and say you seen certain movies. Even a movie that we weren't supposed to see, movies like fucking, what's the
Shawshank?
Not Shawshank, but R.I.P. Michael Clark Duncan.
The Green Mile.
The Green Mile. We were young as fuck when we saw The Green Mile, but Dad loved that movie. Tom Hanks. Like,
yeah.
But see, he didn't make you a film buff, but
when I think
he didn't shy away from showing you his stuff.
But I also think when it comes to film literacy, your parent might not be literate in film. They might just love...
Yeah, that's true.
They might just love comedies.
It's not so much about film, more so than it's about whatever it is, you gotta pass it down. Or the kids are gonna disrespect. You see how the kids said, fuck Thriller?
Yeah.
Their parents probably didn't even play Thriller. And then they said, hold on, wait, what was Thriller? Let me go back and look.
They playing it now.
Mid.
Nah, yeah. That's 100%.
Speaking of Thriller.
But see, we also gotta realize that we get older. Oh yeah, we go to Mike. I just also think, see, before we even leave that, we are getting older. And
what does that
motherfuckers on Twitter it's motherfuckers on Twitter now that was born in 2008.
What does that have to do with what we talking about?
I feel like sometimes we look at...
Like, yeah, we're getting older, but that is the whole point. Parents are getting older and not giving a fuck. But if you don't show Crew Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles ever, he ain't really going to give a fuck about it. And look, it's not a big deal, but also, you can't get upset when he say Godfather trash if you ain't put it on for him.
Yeah, but some of the kids are right about how some of this stuff has aged. And think about what we in now. Quentin Tarantino just said, oh, this is the worst age of film. He said it years ago. The art is not getting to, hey, you gotta see this. We still gonna be showing them films our parents showed
You gonna show them Sinners. You gonna show them Black Panther. You gonna show them the good ones. Cause you right. It's definitely not like back then. But you gonna put that shit on for them, or you gonna be either nonchalant and not really care when they don't know, or you gonna be embarrassed. That's my thing. Sonny get up there and say, I think Beyonce is whatever. Oh, we failed. Because we love Beyonce. Well, we wasn't playing it around her, I guess. Y'all know Sonny's favorite song right now? It's Beady Beady Bom Bom by Selena.
By Selena. She do love that song.
She loves that song.
No, y'all doing actually dope. Y'all doing a dope job with the
Hey, Selena is also a Nick Cannon drumline variant. I don't know if you remember the movie. She didn't know Spanish, but she sang. Remember that part?
Yeah. You cannot call her right. That's before.
No. A drumline Nick Cannon variant is crazy.
But just moving the needle, man. What Michael? I hate to have to talk about the box office performance of the Michael Jackson film.
100. We have to. I want to talk about that too. You haven't seen it for a reason, and you who are watching this have not seen it for a reason.
I'm going on Saturday, motherfucker.
All right, you going on Saturday? So am I, nigga. Guess what? So am I. Haven't you seen it, chat?
A lot of people didn't see it, bro, because like you see, they just blew up. You couldn't get when I went on and looked at them tickets on Thursday for Saturday, it was already seats gone. It's just like Black Panther, bro. People are going to the theater in droves. Michael Jackson, one of the most famous people ever, bro. He's on the list with Jesus.
He is, but we live in 2026. I think my interest for that movie, and let's not start with that. Mm-hmm. The movie made $217 million in the opening weekend, biggest ever for a biopic.
Yep. And honestly, we could kind of we knew that, and we knew that was gonna happen. It's Mike.
Yeah, it's Mike, and I feel like Mike is the most popular pop star of all time. It's not Beyonce. 100%. Y'all always act like...
We never said Beyonce was the most popular pop star of all time. Don't put words in my mouth.
Terrell, you have never said Beyonce was bigger than Mike?
No, I've never said Beyonce was the most popular pop star of all time. I said she's the greatest performer we have ever seen, and I stand by it.
That's also a lie, because like you said, like we just said, Michael Jackson. Since ABC, easy as 1, 2, 3, I've been popping it. Oh, but look, this is what we're going to do.
Same pop.
$217 million opening weekend is a success. A lot of talk about box office, the critic. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And if you look at them Rotten Tomato critic scores, it's got a 98% audience score, and it has like a 30-something% critic score. I will say my interest in this movie has fallen as we find out that the movie is a lot of performance. Mm-hmm. Because I feel like what was drawing me to the theater the most was that American Dream vibe. And I feel like a lot of people felt like we was going to get the American Dream on steroids. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be like Straight Outta Compton. Straight Outta Compton was not just them doing all the songs.
Nah, yeah, it was the performance. It was the Getting with Jerry Heller. Yeah. It was the Fallout. It was Easy in the Hospital. It was definitely a lot more. And I don't like to do this, y'all, because I haven't seen it, right? And I feel like the fans of Mike... As a fan, if I was a big fan of Mike, I would want you to see the film before you even make that determination, right? Because it is a lot of things, and in me,
I definitely still want to see it. I'm just telling y'all why I haven't yet.
I feel like there's a lot of vehicles against. But me and Terrance, we different, y'all. We have film brains. The way y'all look at critics and the way I look at film critics is kind of different.
I would say.
You would say, right? Because you're looking at it kind of with a critic mind. You're a filmmaker. You understand storytelling and what should go into you know what I'm saying? Not that people that don't have that don't, because I hate when people do that. But it is more value for you, what the critics are saying, to where some fans, as you can see in the box office, they're 98% fresh with the audience and sold 200 million. So it's like, technically, somebody could say, fuck the critics, because we love the film. It made the money. Win.
Yeah.
You know? But the more we find out about the film, and I will not lie, and I will also say that I've been like, oh, I see. It was a vanity piece. And I said on Twitter, a lot of people are not going to just be cool with that.
And I don't know why I didn't feel like we knew it was going to be, there's a sequel. All of a sudden it was like, oh, come on, y'all. Y'all should have known that it was going to stop at this point. because they said they were doing a sequel. I don't know why I did not know that. Believe it or not, at this point, I think they just announced that the sequel was greenlit.
It was greenlit. Michael 2.
So Michael 2. So that means, who knows? That means people's critiques definitely now get taken a certain way, because a lot of the critiques are about how it's not enough.
But what do you feel about that, T? Because I honestly don't think they should do it.
I don't think they.
I feel like your win was not having to address any of the
stuff
Terrell,
that people
wanted you to address.
If they don't do it, it's an L. If they do it, then
who's it an L for? Like we said,
Terrell, the movies. They say the movie is not good.
Yeah, but you're making all this money in the box office. You didn't have to trash your guy, right? Or bring up the messy parts. You get to teach a new generation about his music, whatever, right? Mm-hmm. You can mark that down as a win. Doing a 2 where you got to go through his life to the death, that makes it even harder to dodge some of the stuff you didn't want to talk about in the first one. Fuqua came out and said it was stuff that he wanted to do to show how Michael got to whatever. And through rewrites and stuff, it got clipped. I don't see how y'all are going to come to an agreement on a second movie script that's going to go from what? 78 or post-Bad to his death? And not cover who going to play Johnny Cochran?
Bro,
because you have to do that.
Tate.
But you see, I feel like you were safe not doing that. You feel?
Yeah.
It's like, damn, even though it was a cop-out, you was clean. If you going to do 2, it's more pressure to like teach about the messiness of Mike's life, which you don't necessarily have to do. I do feel like with black artists, we be so inclined to tear our artists down. Meanwhile, that Elvis got his film, he getting love. Say what you want about what was on Mid. They ain't doing an Elvis 2 where they gonna go through it.
They took Elvis, I heard, to the death.
Yeah, but the things that were omitted from the film, we don't gotta do a second one. You could just say, oh, they should have talked more about this.
Terrell, yeah, but this is different. They done omitted so much shit from this first film, even without seeing it, knowing what some of the people have said. They said this is like watching. That's why I said I haven't went to the movies to see it, because I feel like I just need to put on my Michael Jackson greatest hits and just watch all the videos. I don't really care to see Jafar. Oh, he looks like Mike. It's 2026, y'all.
Yeah.
I don't need to go to the theater to see that. I feel like that is what my initial thought was about Michael.
Yeah, T, because guess what? The first thing they put out is the performance. And then it's another performance and another performance. We don't even get to see, like, this is a scene from Michael where it's just Jafar talking. A scene of, like, all right, bet. Like, those aren't making the rounds. The promotional clips, and there are some clips out there where he's backstage or whatever. He got on the Beat It video outfit, and he's meeting whoever. But, like, the intimate
moments,
things that come with a biopic, we didn't get. Ray Charles, you get the whole Chitlin circuit. And before, his mom, his brother in a tub, his brother in a bucket of water.
I'm about to say the darkness,
the trauma,
the darkness of his mind.
The heroin, like
that scene where he takes a step and it's like a splash, and he realized, oh shit, I'm in water.
The creativity of what his
yes, bro, that's a real biopic.
Yeah, and you see, y'all can't get mad at the critics for having ingested that, have this back catalog of these biopics. And you're mad because your favorite artist biopic, which they dodge everything. And sorry, but those elements of his life that even y'all are uncomfortable with talking about and want people to stop bringing up are still there and should be handled in a way where we could get Mike's POV, because this is about his damn life. You know? And I hate to do this because we haven't seen it and I still want to see it. But damn. You know?
Yeah. It's definitely one of those things where it's like, I still want to go to the movies and see it. But I definitely understand the people who've already seen it, who spoke out. I definitely understand I bet it's some of the flaws that they point out. But the Mike fan in me will not allow myself to not see this movie. Me and A-Train grew up the same way. Loving Mike.
Sorry we did not see it already, y'all. We've been down bad this week. Wanted to even have plans to go.
Bad.
You know, I bought tickets and returned them. I've never returned movie tickets in my life. It was the first time I had to go on that link.
I gotta go see. I gotta see that Project Hail Mary too, y'all.
Oh man!
And I saw the drama. Me and A-Train saw the drama, I think, a week ago. Can't believe what that movie was about. But anyway,
yeah, we saw that joint. We actually enjoyed that joint. It did shock us though. We was like, oh shit.
I know y'all was getting off like this. Somebody just said, are we getting some GoGo tomorrow for the pod? I'm thinking CCB, TLB, New Impressions, AAO, Little Michael Jackson of GoGo. UEB, what's the word, Slim? Love that. Love that. You hear what he said? AAO, Little Michael Jackson of GoGo. Only the real know.
And you know what?
Only the real know.
Y'all not gonna like me for this.
Terrell always felt like this.
Was amazing. They had some joints. But
Little Michael Jackson, he said. Little Michael Jackson. They were like the little band, but they were dope. Nobody saying they were Michael Jackson. They were young ABC.
Some niggas you talk to about AAO, and I'm sorry, we're gonna regional us out for a minute. Some people you talk to about AAO, they make it seem like they better than everybody.
Yeah, you will. You talk to my boy Sean, he gonna act like AAO the best band.
AAO was one of the best bands, and you know what? Even UEB Speed. Yeah. If you don't know the GoGo scene in DC, there's actually some dope documentaries that they have out, and some dope TikToks where people go back and do the history. But it's just the sound of the area. It's either you love it or you don't. And if you don't and you from here, I look at you away. You know that? If you from the DMV, if you from the 301, right? If you grew up 301, 240, 202, and you one of the people that say, oh, I don't like GoGo, I look at you away.
Yeah.
Because why not?
Why not? That's the sound of the city.
It is the only thing that, not the only, but one of the only things we could truly say, yo, nobody else got this but us.
Plus. And the Nationals 10-5 on the road. Fuck you talking about?
What's y'all
We about to win 80 games this year. We winning 80 games this year, Nationals.
My Orioles lost 17-1 the other day.
I saw that. Good God. I said, y'all ain't switched up a bit.
We beat them the day before and won a post. Yeah, O's win. Yeah, right? Then we get our ass whooped and say nothing. I feel like that's pussy. At least post final.
Yeah, post the final.
So we can say in the comments, y'all niggas suck. You know? Think about when your football team lose, they go, damn. My Broncos had to post that 56 to whatever when we lost so bad. And we was in the comments like, damn. But I'm glad they posted that and gave us that space. I hate the Orioles do that. But, T, let me ask you this, right?
Yeah.
These are universally controversial takes that you can either agree or disagree on.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to go a little heavy first.
Okay.
Having a kid will either strengthen your relationship or expose it. Agree or disagree?
Agree.
I think we both can agree with that.
I think me and were the most beautiful couple when we first met. When Sonny came, it was like, oh yeah, this it. This a real relationship. Fellas, because when a kid come, your girl, and this is something that I would just say to anybody. When you make the decision to have a kid, you're making the decision to change your relationship forever. But you're also doing the best thing that you could ever do. Mm-hmm. But I don't think that you realize it's almost like upgrading your phone. And you know that girl, you know that person that loved that iPhone 5S.
Uh-huh.
And then they end up getting one of these and they be like, you know? I mean, the 5S I was fine with. You'd be like, nigga, you got the 17.
I missed my button. I missed this.
I missed my touch. Yeah. I feel like a lot of men get like that in a relationship. They fall in love with their girlfriend, the 5S. Your girl have a baby and turn into that motherfucking 7+. Remember the first time it was this big ass phone?
It was like, oh shit.
Oh, I want that big screen till you got it and you put it in your pocket and realize how big that motherfucker was. And people was like, I don't like that phone so big. All I'm saying is, y'all, your relationship definitely changes when the baby comes, and it's not always for the worse, but it is going to either go one way or the other.
Yeah. And I think I like this. I like the sentence, but if I had to give it context, it says having a kid will either strengthen your relationship or expose it. I think it does or can do both. I think whether you like it or not, the flaws y'all have will be exposed. And let me tell you something. If you dating somebody now and y'all are thinking about having a kid, y'all got to talk about everything y'all believe in, because it's certain things that you don't even think about until you got a kid on the way. Like, do you think the kid should do this or that? What if you believe in some shit she don't? You want and I got a son. Me and G, a lot of our battle is me being a man and wanting Crew to be a man and her being a loving mom.
Yeah.
Like, she might be a little softer on him for certain stuff where I'd be like, hey, he's fine. That little bit of a clash is one you could not expect. So that's why I say it will expose your relationship, and it's up to y'all to determine whether y'all can deal with the expose and if it will strengthen y'all or tear you apart.
Yeah.
And I think you vet that by having, so me and Gigi had so many conversations about our parenting styles, what we believed in, religion, everything, culture, that when Crew came, there wasn't many surprises. We knew each other that way. Some people, you fucking shorty, and now, oh shit, she's pregnant. Damn, the baby come. And that can happen so fast that you don't even have the conversations until
that baby already
next to you. You know?
And like they said, that is the make or break of the relationship. That one part right there. Because you don't ask yourself if you still want your girl. You ask yourself if you want the new change. Most niggas who have done the homework, like Terrell's saying, when you get to that question, it's like when the pastor asks you to say, you know, do you take this woman to be a lawfully wedded wife? And you say, I do, with the ease. If you ain't been thinking about it, when he say that, you going to say, can you repeat that? Oh!
Uh-huh. All right, but look, let's keep it going, because that was just a one that, you know, created or whatever. Binge watching TV shows is worse than weekly releases of episodes.
Worse?
Worse. Meaning it's better
Disagree.
for TV shows to come out on Sunday every week than them dropping the whole season and people watching it. What do you think? Or if I should ask, which one do you think is better between them? Do you agree with binging or
binge? Even if I was a producer, let's put our show out. Only reason why is because, oh my God, the pressure to live up week to week. Did you see what Euphoria just did with this wedding episode? Oh, this wedding episode, the wedding episode. If you were able to watch,
I haven't seen it yet, don't ruin it.
And I won't ruin it, but there were a lot of people who felt like,
you better ruin it for me.
I'm not going to ruin it.
Because I don't know what happened at the wedding, but you can tell me that I'm going to be disappointed by it. Well, it's Euphoria season 3.
I'm sorry, Terrell.
Everything so far has been kind of like, what the hell?
Wasn't nothing. It's not that nothing happened, but they said this wedding episode was coming, right? A lot of people started making predictions for what would happen, and they went a different route. Nothing wrong with that, but when I tell you people did not like that, and it's like, damn, we done already got our show, so we just gotta wait for next week. You gotta hope to get redemption on week sometimes.
But I do think the eventfulness of your show, is better. But did you see what RJ Mitty from Breaking Bad came out and said?
Nah.
RJ Mitty, if you don't know who he is, he played Walter Jr. on Breaking Bad. He was talking about how they almost canceled our show every single season because people were not tuned in every week watching. He said the boom of Breaking Bad was the streaming era. And he said the thing about that is we're getting minimal return on that investment. Like as actors, we got paid the minimum because they couldn't pay us because our show was about to get canceled. But at the same time, the streaming era is where people really started to appreciate Breaking Bad. But I do feel like with shows like the Game of Thrones and even the Euphoria, the eventfulness of the episode coming out and people being able to talk about that episode for a week. Look at the Power Days, bro. Come on. Them Power Days were good because you watched this week and the next week the episode come, you got to work it into your whatever. So I don't know if I agree that binging, because binging is cool, but think how many shows, like you just tweeted, nigga. You just tweeted, it's hella shows that I started and then didn't come back to because you got life. Binging makes it so that I got to figure out in my schedule where to even put this motherfucker. If I know it come on Sunday at 9,
you make a good point.
I now got to figure out my life to be ready to watch on Sunday, to be in the conversation throughout the week. And I felt like it gave us more interaction as humans.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And I definitely feel like that's how I am with Euphoria now. I done caught up with Euphoria, but there's definitely certain shows I haven't seen that have all the episodes out.
It says playing on easy mode is completely valid.
False.
I agree with that.
No. You're
have
not getting
fun with the damn game.
You're not getting the most out of the game, and then you're going to realize, and this is the worst thing about when you play on easy mode, you start getting your confidence up. As a nigga that play 2K, put that motherfucker on pro, you're going to be like, man, I'm the best motherfucker in this league. Soon as you take it just up to all-star, you're behind the back different.
Damn, but
your jump shot is like, you get the
2K has scarred y'all, and y'all won't admit it, I've said it
before.
But
2K not the only game like that.
2K has scarred y'all in a way, even Madden. But like, this is my thing. We know that. You know when you play online, it's going to be the, either all-star or the whatever, the level under all man to be superstar, whatever. Whatever's gonna be on 2K, right?
Yeah.
But if I just put this motherfucker back on rookie, I can actually have more fun. Y'all just don't want to do it because, like you said, y'all egos be there. Y'all want to tell niggas you playing on easy because then you lose respect. But you having more fun.
Well, that's my thing. I guess it's whatever you with. But even me by myself having fun, I don't feel good about having fun knowing I'm playing on pro like a bitch ass 8-year-old. You know what used to crush me as a 2K player? I used to be some ass on pro, and I just be trying so hard to just level my player up. But then you get online and watch this nigga Chris Smooth do any and everything he want, and this motherfucker playing on Hall of Fame, and you really just feel like, damn, I can't even play on Superstar.
Nah, yeah.
And niggas gonna call me trash for saying that, because niggas will say, oh, I always play on Hall of Fame. Well, nigga, you need to know if you play on Hall of Fame when you can actually be really good, you're actually pretty good at 2K, bro. Like, you're actually really good. My bro-in-law is a beast at 2K. I'm sure he can play on...
I'll be honest. If you can play the computer, if you can play the computer on the hardest mode of the game.
Oh my God, Cash Nasty videos used to be the funniest shit ever when the nigga used to play Giannis on Hall of Fame with LeBron. Oh my God, take me back. Take me back before this streaming shit started and everybody was on YouTube, man. Take me back, man.
Man, yeah, that was like a special era. Terrance used to always have
Take
Cash
me
Nasty
back.
It was,
and do y'all see how hard it is to find something on YouTube? It's because they all left us for the streaming.
And that's why when Cash Nasty met Bron, it was
so much to
even me as somebody that would just watch Terrance watch him. I said, damn, he finally met him. All right, Betty, these are food related. Ready?
Yeah.
It says ranch is overrated.
I have ranch with so many meals. I've had ranch today.
I don't agree.
No agree at all. That is blasphemy.
I think ranch is amazing. I feel like
I can still smack a salad with ranch.
Yeah.
I know y'all stepped it up to vinaigrette
and
all of that.
The vinaigrettes, we on the whatever.
Yeah.
And motherfuckers do Caesar salad, Caesar dressing,
the poppy seed dressing.
Ranch, I'm good.
Ranch me.
Put ranch in the fridge. I got pizza I can eat that with. I could do a salad. I could eat some, bro.
I just had wings with my ranch.
Wings and ranch.
Carrots ranch.
Celery
ranch.
Everything ranch. Come on, y'all.
Ranch Doritos.
And I'm the type motherfucker to dip. Nah, see, you going a little crazy. That ain't ranch. We talking about ranch dressing. But I'm the type to get you some Utz with the ridges. Dip them motherfuckers in some ranch.
I call any chip with ridges ruffles.
Ruffles, that's what I meant to say.
But that's only lace. But even you said Utz, but even I was just gonna say anything that's like lace, I always say
with the ridges.
I'm gonna just get the sour cream and onion ruffles. Grabbing the Utz.
That Utz green sour cream. I got it downstairs.
Undefeated. My goodness.
Or some sour cream, not sour cream.
If I wasn't with on, I would date
Utz.
I would date that chip. Old nigga.
Buffalo sauce is mid compared to barbecue. Agree. And then my probably I got with Gigi.
I just got them.
She's a barbecue girly, and she'd have made me love barbecue, but I gotta agree with that.
I just got them rips. I don't know if y'all know Terrell. No, I'm stuck on Dots pretzels. I'm sorry, Dots pretzels. So bombing. Shout out my sis Kales who just got that bomb pretzel that you get on the plane. She got a whole bag of them. Buffalo. They got a buffalo flavor and a barbecue flavor. The buffalo flavor is so much better. However, I am a barbecue sauce guy. Barbecue sauce me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to say F buffalo. I hate buffalo wings. Barbecue wings better than buffalo wings to me.
Not with the ranch. Oh, but you know what?
But
barbecue,
not with ranch.
Barbecue wings and ranch too is fire, T.
Barbecue wings and ranch.
Yeah. I got another one though. Boneless wings are just chicken nuggets.
I know some people put ranch on their spaghetti.
Yes. I've seen people do that.
A-Train to do it.
Not too much though. Just a dollop.
A-Train could put ranch on her Chipotle.
You're A-Train, you are wild.
I don't think she has.
Wow.
But I'm sure she would say she could.
Boneless wings.
Because I told we didn't have sour cream and she said we got ranch. Them not the same.
Not the same at all. I can see if you said we had Greek yogurt. Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Non-fat, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, oh, your stomach gonna be lit up if you put that Greek yogurt on your Chipotle. Go ahead.
Boneless wings are just chicken nuggets. We can agree.
That's easy.
All right, bet.
But they bomb. Oh, you know what? I'm taking it away. They're chicken tenders, basically.
And that motherfucker's still a nugget.
It's a little, yeah. Oh, I get you to say nugget.
Motherfucker's a nugget. Fries are better without ketchup.
Yes.
You agree with that?
I agree 100%.
I think it depends on the fry.
I don't need to dip my fry so many times in ketchup. Maybe once or twice. Maybe I might hit it, but then again.
Nah, and you know what? Sometimes other dips are better for your
fries. Fries are much better without ketchup.
I don't know,
It's like hot chips.
How do you feel about people that take their fries and do that with the ketchup over all of the fries?
Those would be bomb.
You cool with that?
I'm cool with that.
You know, some people have an issue with that.
Hell yeah.
I do that sometimes. Some people are like, don't cover all my fries with the ketchup.
Hell nah.
Put them on the side and then let me dip.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you this straight up. If I get some fries from the carry out,
301 episode. Them crinkle cut, 301
salt,
episode.
Pepper, ketchup.
Foolies. Terrance, what's the house? Foolies and what? That we grew up on. We was going to Foolies.
We was going to Foolies
Foolies or what, Terrell? It was two.
Eddie's?
Yep, Eddie Leonard.
Eddie Leonard everywhere in DC, so it's like, you can find an Eddie Leonard
anywhere. You can go to Foolies or Eddie's?
Wings and Mambo sauce. And put Mambo sauce in my fries or ketchup my fries, salt, pepper, ketchup. Remember Mom used to give me a small fry, salt, pepper, ketchup. Oh my God. Not like a carry out. All right, T.
I feel like T Grizzly right now. Remember my stomach was touching my back. It was my feelings about that.
Feeling about that. That's
Nigga,
me right now, hungry as fuck. All right, bet. Chick-fil-A fries are overrated.
Yes.
They
only give you 7 of them motherfuckers.
You don't get enough. You get them turtle shell back joints.
Let's just move on.
All right, bet.
They are overrated.
Playing with the game with a controller is better than playing with a keyboard and mouse, even though the PC experience is said to be better. I agree with that. I never want to play with a fucking mouse and keyboard. I always want to have a controller, even if I'm on PC.
I grew up with controllers. I ain't grew up with the keyboard, so I can't necessarily say that
you did, though. You grew up with Miniclip.
Horrible.
You grew up
I did grow up with Miniclip with the SW. What is it? ASD,
ASDW.
Yeah. That's hard as fuck. So yeah, controlling me all day.
And I feel like, honestly, it take a lot of skill to be good on it. The motherfucker that can just play the game with the keyboard and good, knock you out on the joint. But T, that's all. I'm gonna do one more. We gotta get out.
Why we don't do a DMV version?
Okay.
If you from 301, you know GoGo.
Yeah.
What was your favorite GoGo band growing up?
Reaction.
Well, that was the topic. But you said one word. But okay.
My favorite.
Yeah.
Let's answer some questions about the area that people from the area will respect. What was your favorite GoGo band growing up?
Favorite GoGo band growing up was New Impressions. The best band ever. The band that ended up sticking around the most. The band that will still pull up and crank like shit.
If I'm a T.O.B. fan, I would say they still doing it. And low-key killing it. I would say Reaction still doing it. Rick, I follow Rick on TikTok. He still posts.
Damn.
TCB.
We used to, growing up, we all had a different band. I was New Impressions. Terrell was Reaction. My boy Sean was T.O.B.
Jason was
Jay
ABM.
Was ABM. Yeah, like
Denzel was a UEB nigga, whether he wanted to admit it or not.
Whether he wanted to admit it or not, because he loved that what's the name bounce. The slow bounce they did at one time. I gotta figure out the name of that joint. Okay,
but there was also like GoGo classics like Heavy Impact Man Down. I'm sorry. Heavy Impact Pops from Friday. Heavy Impact. And then look, Dream Team had a run.
Oh my God, Dream Team 2011.
It came smack niggas in 2011.
Nuts. And then look, I was TCB before New Impressions, remember?
Yeah, you was.
I was TCB before.
TCB before. And
Who on my line? Who on my line? I got that.
I tell you, that song's amazing. What's your order from the carryout?
Order from the carryout used to be 5 wings and fry. Me and my men was on 5 wings and, well, I'm sorry. With the fam, it was 5 wings and fried rice.
Mm-hmm.
With the men, it was 5 wings and fries. We used to do nuggets and fries. Used to do, my mother used to do chicken and broccoli.
The beef and broccoli.
Beef and broccoli, my bad. Beef and broccoli with the rice. Beef and broccoli, speaking of the DMV, beef and broccoli, that boot.
Oh,
that
yeah,
Timbo.
That's
a DMV staple right there.
For sure. We order beef and broccolis. That General Tso's chicken, learn me. Carry out taught me, before we had Panda Express orange chicken, we had that General Tso's from the carry out.
Yes, sir.
Dad used to get the egg foo young. Y'all not really decorated enough if you ain't never had no egg foo young.
And I don't care what you say, man. In DC, it's Washington Commanders and Dallas Cowboys, believe it or not. In the DMV, it's Cowboys versus Washington and everybody else.
The Cowboys used to say, DC stand for Dallas Cowboys. I used to hate that.
To fuck with you. That. And it's always the most DC nigga ever. That's a Cowboy fan.
Shout out my cousin Bo. Shout out Fat Trail. Just dropped the album. Trail. Cowboys fan.
God damn it. Okay, bet. So let's talk DMV radio. we grew up listening to 93.9 WKYS.
You said the song is, shout out my boy Baker.
It's Flex and Rain up on PGC. And you know we do it big in the D.C. Rep your hood like it's all good. Yes, sir.
I miss it.
Rep your hood like it's all good. Hey, look. What we talking about, y'all, is that was the radio show.
That was the radio station, yeah.
You would call up there, you got to rep your hood.
They gonna say,
and what's your name? Terrance, and where you from? Upper Marlboro.
And who's your crew? Remember?
Who's your crew?
You had to say all your...
My cousin Nell, my auntie. Yep. That was the best shit ever, man. There's nothing like growing up in the DMV.
93.9 ended up being the better station if we want to keep it honest.
93.9, yeah. Because 95.5 went...
WPGC 95.5, WKYS 93.9 ended up being the better station as we got older.
Not yet.
It did.
And then look, Chuck Brown just sounds like the culture. Chuck Brown.
The Godfather GoGo, yeah.
The Godfather of GoGo. GoGo, what we talking about.
And big shout out to niggas in North Carolina. A lot of people don't know that. That's why the conversation they was having online about DC being more southern than northern, and DC and Maryland niggas being split on that, is because so much of us got family in the Carolinas.
Yeah.
The Godfather GoGo Chuck Brown, his whole family from the Carolinas. So like
DMV.
There's a reason why we also picked up the swag era from Atlanta. We was on Soulja Boy heavy. That's why when the futuristic shit, that's why you think we felt about the Metro album the way we did. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah. We was
that
close.
Era, it floated to us more than even some people over West or even on the New York side as much as it was for us. We more jammy. We appreciate the beat more. We grew up with bounce beat. We grew up with go-go.
Yeah.
So that's why people be like, this joint don't even crank like that. You a DMV nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Damn, what was I about to say? Oh, also fashion-wise, y'all. DMV, we started all of this shit. I don't care what y'all say. Look at Yeezy. DMV.
Yeah.
Kanye always talk about how his fashion changed when he went where? Maryland.
Yeah.
Nigga went to Maryland, started dressing like the nigga he knew out in Maryland, and that's how he dressed. DMV.
A lot of people don't know that.
We started all of this shit. Like, think about it. They was talking about the Timbs. All right, put it like this. They tried to say New York niggas started Timbs. No, the fuck they did not. They was talking about this.
New York niggas popularized
New York
Timbs,
niggas wear Timbs only. New York niggas wear Timbs only. Y'all never progressed. Like the nigga said, we wore 990s New Balance. We wore foam posits. We wore Nike boots. We wore Timbs first. We just moved on. Y'all never moved away from New York.
Okay, but when you think about the Tim though,
watch Paid in Full. Nobody in the movie has on Timbs except who? Rico. And what was Rico saying to Mitch? DC, man, I know some cats down DC.
Cats down in DC. That's
Come on, man. And where he get his shit hit? DC.
But it's my thing though. I can't. When I think Timbs, I think New York. Oh, I'm gonna go to New York. I'm about to give me some Timbs. Like
they got it now. But we moved on from Timbs. I'm just saying. That's
when I think DC, I think beef and broccolis. I think Nike boots. I feel like
foam posits. Yeah.
We took the Nike boots. You know, and we had dope brand. We had Saviato. We had Bonadachi.
Yes, Bonadachi.
We all won. We all won. Ra. Like, we had all days. We had
all days. Yes, sir. Visions.
Visions.
Yeah.
You know, remember we hit that Black Label run.
We had a Black Label run, but I don't know if that was DMV.
It was heavy out here though.
It was definitely heavy out here.
I don't know if it was that, but
nah, yeah.
We ain't gonna go
too much more, man.
It was the 301 episode. You see the balloons, man.
Love the 301 area. Love being from there. Love being from the same place as certain people. Kevin Durant.
I got to ask you that before we finish the 301 episode. It's only right. I know you have been seeing the rumblings about them saying Kevin Durant is positioning himself or potentially there's a conversation happening right now. I just saved the tweet. I'm going to read it. Where they said Kevin Durant might come to DC. Look, it says the Wizards could have interest in trading for Kevin Durant this summer. KD's a DC native, averaged 27 points. Do y'all want him on the Wizards? I, as a casual basketball fan that's watching KD on that sideline right now, felt like
you would.
I don't know if it would be the best decision for him to come because can you even stay healthy to make a real impact on the team is what I'm saying.
The Wizards fan in me that has wanted KD to play for the Wizards for years. I mean, before Brooklyn. I mean, before Golden State. I mean, before everything.
Yeah, when he was a supersonic.
We wanted him to be in DC. There's no way I would be mad at that. No way. Even though I would really not want that. Because I don't think that KD's things have worked out. And I think he kind of at that point in his career where he just kind of going around.
They put the
we
thing
got a young thing going. I would hate for that to get ruined with KD. He gonna be on that burner talking shit about Bilal and you know, we got the hopefully we get the number 1 pick this year. We're gonna get AJ on the team.
Y'all about to get that lottery.
We about to get that 5. Anyway, but I couldn't be mad at that, bro, because then we could go to we going down to the Wizards to see KD.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he from here, he gonna ball like he never balled before. His mother gonna be there.
Yeah.
Well, his mother be at all the games. But his whole squad gonna be there.
But I mean,
you know, home. KD has I think that was also fake news because I feel like KD has once said how he don't want to play at home at all.
And certain people that say, "Don't you wasted all your good years and now you go come here like this."
I saw that. I didn't know what if
you were gonna take that position because some people was like, "Nah, he want to reject us," and now
your shit ain't working.
You want to come home in your later years. A lot of people don't want that.
Yeah, because that's what Jordan did. That's what everybody do. Like if Bron come, him and Bronny coming. Nah, I'll take Bronny in DC though.
Yeah.
Because guess what? We gonna have Bron sideline most games. That. Bron. Love you, bro.
All right, man. We getting out of here, man. This is the 301 episode.
That's LeBron James.
You got anything before we get out, man? We over to 2.
Man, do y'all see my face? Beat. And I feel like if you look at me the last couple pods, I've been beat because I feel like something's brewing, y'all. It's been something going on. I done had these allergies for the last 2-3 weeks. It's been beating my ass. The work continues. I got the Behind the Bros coming. I was supposed to go on a damn walk for the BTB. I got to figure out some shit. Because that just had me. I just been sitting. I can't show y'all me sitting there with a headache, but I'll say, man, it's more important now than ever to just be safe and be healthy. Cause
take your vitamins. I tell motherfuckers all the time.
Take the meds and vitamins.
Take your vitamin C. Damn, I need to take my own damn advice.
Big shout out to the 301 area, man. You know what time it is.
You already know, man.
DMV versus everybody.
Next time.